Alright guys, it's manga time, and today we're going to be going over the chapter 100 of the Dragon Ball Super manga. Now, I can't show everything in here because of Shusei being very, very hostile towards their non-Japanese audience, and unless you have a team of lawyers, it's just very hard to actually pop in manga panels and so forth. So I'll put in a little bit of manga panels, kind of like in there. You'll have to determine a couple of them and just kind of roll with me on what happened. Once again, this is a spoiler alert, though. So spoilers, if you have not seen the movie or read the manga up to this point, it will be spoilers. Now, moving on here. So at the beginning of the chapter, where we come back from where we left off, and Gohan is using the special beam cannon, or from apparently what they're calling it in here right now, is the light of death. Quite the excessive, actual huge difference in naming. But he actually is struggling. He is struggling to use this special beam cannon on Cell. It's a little weird. Very different from the movie. The movie, he does not struggle at all. He just basically one-shot them. But Goten and Trunks pretty much come out of nowhere after apparently their fusion defusing, and they bash Cell's hand out of the way so he can't push it back any longer after he launched his own attack, and he manages to get, well, smoked. After debris clears, of course, everybody's recovering and whatnot. So, I mean, there's not too much differences, honestly, after this. Very good paneling work, I will say that. It was very good paneling work. I think the only thing is weird is the fusion wearing off so quick. In the panel, if you can barely see it, Piccolo is ginormous compared to freaking Gohan. It's a little funny. But Pan flies, you know, everybody remorses over Gamma 2. They call him a true superhero. And then it pushes off to a panel where Carmine is shown escaping from the scene, saying they need to go back to pharmaceutical headquarters. But pretty much everything else is basically the same. I mean, Edo and Gamma 1 get recruited into Capsule Corp. And then, of course, at the end of it, I mean, it's just Bulma finally getting hold of Whis and saying, nope, it's all good, don't need you anymore, bye. Doesn't even mention the fact that Cell even showed up. Doesn't even mention anything that happened with the Red Ribbon Army. But yeah, of course, during the chapter, Goku loses their little fisty fight with Vegeta, which was very good. It's all very good paneling working. Very good. I enjoyed it. But honestly, there wasn't really anything new. There wasn't anything hinting necessarily to 2023. I mean, there was a couple things towards the end, of course. And there was the fact that Gohan was struggling. And I think that's about it. I mean, otherwise, it was pretty much straightforward from the movie. Not too many differences. It is a manga rendition of the movie, though, and I have to say, I mean, the manga version actually feels a little bit more impactful, mostly because throughout the movie, it feels like they rush through a lot of it, where the paneling work in the manga, it's very detailed, and it doesn't drag on or anything like that. Like, it focuses very clearly on all of the key parts of the scene. Personally, I have a hard time believing that maybe in the future manga panels that they'll keep to this kind of pacing. Because this is immensely different. They don't go this detailed into the paneling from each literal second, scene to scene, showing it like you're watching the movie almost. There's a lot of extra detail in this final chapter. It is the 100th chapter, I will say that. It is the 100th chapter. So because it is the 100th chapter, I feel like they paid it a lot more attention. And because they paid it a lot more attention, it just looks overall better. There's quite a few panels in here I can't show, but I overall liked it a lot. I really did. I liked this chapter quite a bit. I would highly suggest people going to read it. If you can get past the past the special beam cannon being called Light of Death, um, in English, I think that was the weirdest part. I don't know why they couldn't just say special beam cannon. Maybe it was just wording choice because the words themselves are too long. Like special is a much longer word than light or of death. I don't know. I don't think I've seen them actually call it Light of Death in recent time. It's just been a hot minute, I guess, maybe. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think of the new chapter 100 of Dragon Ball Super. And I'm really curious what we're going to get next year. Because next year is the beginning of whole new series, a whole new arc. Whole new arc is coming. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching and have a good day and a good night.